All right, depending on how you look at LeVar Ball, he's either a great marketer or an overbearing sports parent. He has 3 sons, if you don't know who he is, who all play basketball, and he wants no less than $1 billion with a B dollars from a shoe company to sign all 3 of them. Okay, this story's been making headlines, and it made us kind of question that fine line of being a parent to young athletes. So we put together this fantastic panel. Joining us now, we have Nathan Hunt. He's the director of coaching for the Kansas State Youth Soccer Association. We have Michael Nardiello, who's the technical director for KC Prime, and Priscilla Morgan, who has 2 different kids. She's a parent, and both kids play at different levels. Thank you guys all so much for being here today. Let's first start talking about LeVar Ball. Okay, so this guy comes out, he says he wants this gigantic deal, I mean like a Michael Jordan size deal. Doesn't this put just a ton of pressure on his kids?
Yeah, I think the first thing as parents and coaches that we do is try and put the players in the best chance to succeed, and that's with the developmentally appropriate environment. As a former player, I wouldn't have been too happy if my dad would have done this with me, but I mean, time will tell whether this has been detrimental or beneficial to his development by putting him in this kind of limelight.
I guess we'll see, right? Nathan, let's talk a little bit about that parental-coach relationship.
Yeah. You know, it's a two-way street. Communication is key for both of them. So coaches have to understand that, hey, the parents are a part of this equation and you need to communicate with them about their children. But the parents also need to understand these are professionals and we don't come into their workplaces saying do this, do that. And we would expect the same as coaches with respect. So.
And the coaches are the professionals. I mean,
Yeah.
they know.
Yes. Coaching in the United States has gone to where a lot of clubs are requiring licensed coaches. A lot of clubs are requiring a lot of in-house education for the coaches. Coaches do a lot besides just step out on the field and coach. There's the prepping before, there's the logistics, there's an administrative part of it. So yeah, they are professionals and they should be treated as such.
And trust them.
Yes.
If you're trusting them with your kids, you need to trust them with your kids.
Right, exactly.
Priscilla, as a parent, you have 2 kids who play at 2 different levels. Do you approach them differently?
I do. I think as a parent, you need to be realistic. Where I have one who potentially will be playing in college, and I have another one. It's just more kind of a fun, hang out with your friends, get some exercise, and you have to know where to draw that line of push too hard and make them not want to play, or.
And let's talk a little bit about that. That's a great segue. Is there a time when we should be putting pressure on our kids? I want all of you guys to chime in.
I don't know if they're so much putting pressure on them or guiding them if they really are truly that passionate about the sport. The kids will do a lot of things. Hey, you're constantly telling them to come back inside, or they're constantly asking to go to soccer games or go play with other people, et cetera, et cetera. So I would say from a coach's perspective, it's up to the parent to recognize that and talk to the technical leaders in the soccer club or association and say, what can we do for this player? I can't get him off the soccer field. I can't get her to not want to go to training every single night.
But let your kid guide you.
Right.
Same advice?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in accountability, and there's different levels of that. And if putting pressure on your kid because he missed a shot is very different to putting pressure on your kid because they're not working hard or there's no enthusiasm for the game, and they're different subjects there. But again, it's about putting your kids in the best position to succeed and develop and grow.
Perfect. What do you think, Priscilla?
I agree with what they're saying, and also, I think that you have to, leave it up to the child to kind of determine where they want to go, and you help them how you can, and then let the coaches, do the rest.
Are there signs that you guys see in kids that parents are putting too much pressure on them? What signs should we be looking for to maybe say, okay, I might have stepped over the line here, I need to back off a little bit?
And we talked about this a little bit. Do they enjoy it? Are they having fun? At the end of the day, regardless of the level of play, like these athletes, professionals or recreational players have fun. And if the fun's taken out of the equation, then you start to question what you're doing, not only from a parental side, but from a coach's side, et cetera. If they're not having fun and enjoying what they're doing, that's a problem.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree that the number one job of a coach is to foster a love for the game. And sometimes it can be difficult to that, because I see examples of parents arguing with kids during the middle of a game, and that again can take the fun away from the kid and having fun in the game. So it's important that we all reinforce the positive sides of the game and the lessons that can be learned from it.
Perfect. Priscilla, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I've seen parents, get heated, or you see the kid walking out to the car after the game, and the parent is on them, and their head's down, and over time, they're just not going to want to come anymore. And that's something you have to watch out for.
Yeah. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This is a great discussion, and if you'd like to continue it, we can do that on our website. All right, Joe, in the meantime,